So listen and chime in, because to convince a nation of what we need to be doing right here, we have nobody on this commission in the caucus for directed energy weapons saying anything. And I can take you there. I can show you that. Why don't I turn this on and arrange those items in the screen, okay?
And now, of course, Trump is out. So I'm not sure it would be effective to speak to Biden, because I think that he and certain people like him are completely in sync with this. It's that they have no problem with this. But I mean, it's always worth trying. And I keep writing letters. But that is the best response we've gotten so far. That told us that Trump and his people knew, they'd been told about it, and would consider a task force. So we're hoping that with my letters and with the letters of, frankly, I don't even know how many other people, because other people are writing as well, and we just reinforce each other. We're hoping that at least people who are honest people are talking about this and not saying, oh, well, this one crackpot keeps writing. But no, this letter, this is the 15th letter on this topic that I've gotten. Something's going on here.
Something is going on here. But when you look at the evidence of where we're going with it, here we go. High-powered microwave, HPM, HEL, high-energy laser. Is this what Lahaina, Hawaii was? Was that a test? Is that a scare tactic? I think it is. Because the media will not discuss the nature of the lasers that left, one car was hit, disintegrated. It would take 2,600 degrees to melt a windshield. And the car next to it, unharmed, with a plastic ball underneath the car, unaffected. So it was cooked in its place. And to melt aluminum, I think it's 2,100 degrees. But as you watch this laser come down the street, it was exploding every car it touched, and it left the homes with the blue roofs unaffected. So there's a theory about what the laser is guided by and what attracts, the consciousness of the attack. In other words, if Oprah Winfrey's roof was painted blue, she wasn't attacked. So someone knew. Someone definitely knew. But some of these documents are extremely important, and if you go to the website, here we go. Directed Energy Professional Society and a congressional caucus. Well, they're not saying anything, which is, in the real world, it's not science fiction, folks. It's the actual science. They've been doing this for 60 years. They know what they're doing. So let's get back to the video.
And I made sure to find out and ferret out who the congressmen were on the Directed Energy Weapons caucus, and wrote to them saying, you are being played for fool. These people are developing weaponry using innocent people and destroying their lives. So this is not a good thing. So I have basically
Collateral
found out
damage.
as many people as I can who are directly or adjunctly involved in this type of thing, and telling them that people are being hurt by this. This is not a noble cause. This is not weapons development the way that it should be, by using people who are non-consensual,
And watch the statements of Robert F. Kennedy. If you want, watch this. Load it. Play it.
It's a war the Russians tried repeatedly to settle on terms that were very, very beneficial to Ukraine and us. The major thing they wanted was for us to keep NATO out of the Ukraine. The big military contractors want
General
to add
Dynamics,
new countries
Lockheed
to NATO
Martin,
all the time.
all in
Why?
Connecticut.
is then that country has to conform its military
Sikorsky.
purchases to NATO weapon specifications, which means certain companies, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, General Dynamics, Boeing, and Lockheed, get a trapped market. In March of 2022, we committed $113 billion. Just to give you an example, we could have built a home for almost every homeless person in this country. We then committed another $24 billion since then, 2 months ago, and now President Biden's asking for another $60 billion. But the big expenses are going to come after the war.
Correct. After the war, they'll have to rebuild this entire structure.
And by destroying their lives and destroying their reputations in order to do so.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be important we follow up as far as being a part of that, continuing the conversation, because we're going to want to get some infrastructure in there and how we can, all of us, write letters and help others be able to write letters too. So we'll reinforce what you're doing. Kathy, I see your hand is up.
Yes. First of all, it seems like that is starting to will take place very much in the Biden administration, because I've heard people on TV saying those of us who support Biden need to be deprogrammed. And then how, I guess we stop it by letter writing. Have you ever considered
Brooklyn Bridge is closed?
Talking to Tucker Carlson?
Oh, Manhattan
because
Bridge.
He's a great voice for that kind of thing for freedom.
Okay. They're right next to each other, you know?
Yes, I absolutely tried to contact many.
At 10:49 this morning, Manhattan Bridge is closed.
Manhattan Bridge protest on the lower level Manhattan bound backing traffic off the bridge to midspan back to
Palestinian protest also on Brooklyn Bridge?
Don't know yet.
Because they have a footbridge, you know, so in the center it's a footbridge.
No, they closed the vendors down too on one of those bridges too. So this could be a vendors protest, or I'm not sure what it is, but it's only 10 minutes old. But the whole thing is
10 minutes ago, right.
but here's the condition.
Well, it's 11 o'clock on January 8th, just to put a time frame on it.
Right, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to close anything, because we're not certain. It could be 1 of 10 things. But if you want to do anything, you got to put police department on the lower level Manhattan bound backing traffic off the bridge midspan.
Okay.
People would understand that in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's escalating every day. It's something else. Like they were first at John F. Kennedy Airport 3 days. Now they're popping up on the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge.
Well, basically, the only header you have to use that's gonna sell traffic.
Yeah.
Is lower level Manhattan bound shut by protesters.
Protesters shut lower level Manhattan bound. Okay. Rock and roll.
And it gives you plenty of leeway, but it also
Right.
put in the door.
Right.
Like, how the fuck did he get this?
Right.
Okay, run with it.
Go with Silwa. Bye.
Yeah, go ahead, go.
I know. I see it. There are developments all day, every day. And the news agencies in Connecticut, that's a news guy, they can't print the articles, folks. They're not allowed. They'll be
mainstream
retaliated.
Journalists, and I get ignored. In fact, Laura Ingraham she was the only one who had an assistant contact me and talk to me at length, and I was basically told,
Right.
no, sorry, we're not interested.
Oh, that's too bad. 'Cause I see
Okay.
that this under Biden,
Bye.
this could go on steroids.
Very possibly.
Have you been able to get on, like, say, Alex Jones or OANN or Newsmax or anybody of that ilk even?
No, I don't get responses. They don't believe me, or I think I got a response from OAN saying, this is preposterous. We don't believe you.
Well, they're very fearful then, that means, because why not even let it be aired and let the
Look at
audience
this.
decide?
CIA going to be exposed on the
Charles, I see your hand
involvement
is
in
up.
the Maui fires, directed
Thanks,
energy
Jeff.
weapons
And
used.
I was going to invite folks
Share
that.
that.
Are on this call that have some relevance to the topic to comment specifically. Marianne Petrie has presented on this show